Hey, it's me, Brian. Right now, currently, in the little trailer, in the cab trailer, it's 51 degrees. Outside, it's a little warmer. It's like 58 degrees. I woke up this morning and it was like 40 something in here. I had to break out. Had to break down and get the little heater out last night. It's a pretty cool little heater. You know what I'm saying? It's digital, it's adjustable, and up or down, you got high and low, you got economy mode, you got all kinds of modes. He decided you wanted to stay on, I guess. Anyways, there have been a few of you that have said that, hey, you're doing good, congratulations, you made 9,000. Actually, got 9,001 subscribers now. Right? Well, I appreciate it. It's been a long, hard struggle, and I only need 999 more to go to hit 10,000. That's when the door opens, actually. Believe me, it's been a struggle. Most probably, half of the struggle has probably been through my own making, my own fault, whatever, mistakes that I've made along the way, this or that, not following the trends when I probably should have followed the trends a little bit more closely, right, and just, going my own way and just trying to put something out there that's, that's beneficial, that's educational, that's, funny, right, that's, it's something that's good, something that, you guys would get something out of. Right. I mean, there was a period in a couple of years ago when I was trying to, when I was actually trying to entertain people, right? And that led us down a rabbit hole. I've never told this story, right? But this happened when we were on the bike adventure, me and Anonymous. We were here in Nevada. We had gotten to like Sparks or Reno or somewhere. No, we were still in California, that's right. We were in Grass Valley. Right? And this guy, saying, he had a blog, he had a blog channel. He was from Canada. Right? And him and his friend or his son or somebody, they did just like a little podcasting show. This is like, way back in, when podcasting was just really starting to get big. And he did a bunch of eclectic stuff and this and that, whatever. Well, he'd been a subscriber for a little while. And, she joined when, we started the bike adventure. And, he made a few comments here and there, this about, you guys doing good, hey, can you do this, hey, can you do that? You know what I'm saying, along the way. She did, anything that he asked us to do was never really hard, and it never really took us too far out of our way, you know what I'm saying? But it started, slowly over time, over, a few weeks' time, right? I started to notice that this guy was getting a little bit more and more demanding, you know what I'm saying? And his demands were getting a little bit more and more kind of, out there a little bit. Do this, do that, do that, do this. I'll send you money. You know what I'm saying? And he would, he'd send, $20, you know what I'm saying, every, once a week or something maybe. Right? You know what I'm saying? When we had other friends and subscribers, you know what I'm saying, that were, giving us a little bit of money, helping us out, you know what I'm saying, some of their friends, and hey, man, you need to stop seeing my friends over here, they'll help you guys out, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because basically we were doing the bike adventure on the seat of our pants. We didn't have anything. All we had was my food stamp card. and then we only hit $194 a month. You know what I'm saying? So we had to make that whole thing stretch. So yeah, there were people that stopped and helped us out, you know what I'm saying, gave us food and money and water, you know what I'm saying, bike parts, Yacht Vegas. Right? Yacht Vegas drove 100 miles, I'm saying, to give us some bike parts to fix Anonymous' bike. You know what I'm saying? But this guy, you know what I'm saying? Right? We were trying to cut, the first time we were trying to cross Nevada, we were coming from Reno down through Sparks, you know what I'm saying, and then across the 6, you know what I'm saying, over to Austin. And then from Austin, we were going to go into St. George, Utah. And then from there, we were going to head back down and then go across eastern New Mexico. That was the plan, right? At the same time, we were also watching a couple other people on YouTube that made videos and bike adventures and stuff. So we could get, so we could get a few clues as to what the hell we were doing. I mean, because we were flying right here. Well, this guy, realizing that he later on, after thinking about it, and I've had a couple years to think about it. That's why I've never told the story. Right? This dude obviously looked at the maps, He knew where we were going. He downloaded the map app that we were using, the maps.me, right? Because we made no secret of what our navigational tools were, right? And he must have figured out that that there isn't a whole lot of anything here in Nevada, especially when you're riding through the central part of it. And this other guy, bike three-wheeled adventure, right? He'd already done it like the year before we did, and his videos were very, very helpful to us because the two ways that he went were the two ways that you can only go, and the two ways that we went, right? Well, this guy, this vlogger dude, he finally started to reel us in, right? And when we got to Fallon, which is 200 miles north of here, right? He set the hook, right? He said, "Hey man, I'll give you guys $100 if you can go over here and if you ride up to Austin and you check out the bike trails and all that stuff, because man, there's supposed to be some really cool shit up there." Right? And it was like, okay, that sounds like a good deal, because I was in it for the adventure. I would have done it for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been to Austin to the bike trails now. You know what I'm saying? It is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, this dude knew full well, you know what I'm saying, that when we hit Fallon, we didn't have anything. We ended up meeting some people there, right? Andy and his wife, Melissa, right? You know what I'm saying? And they took us in for a couple of days, and they fed us, let's take a shower, let's cool off, recharge our batteries and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Right? And then they hooked us up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But we barely had enough. Hi, Sissy, what's up? Mom's in the house. She's with Grandma. Right? And I already gave you cookies this morning. This is Sissy. Hello. We barely had enough supplies, you know what I'm saying, and money, right, to make it to Austin. And then when we got to Austin, this dude promised us this $100, you know what I'm saying, so that we could, because the $100 would have taken us on into St. George. You know what I'm saying? And we would have made our timeline. We would have hit our schedule. We'd have been in New Mexico by the time we needed to be. Right? Well, anyways, right? So we took off. In our minds, we're going to make it to Austin, and then we already got, we're already hooked up. We already got to go. So we took off. You know what I'm saying? And remember, this is at the peak of summer. This is like in the middle of July, last part of July, right? And it was hot. You know what I'm saying? And riding on a bicycle, you know what I'm saying? 10 miles an hour, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work, especially in Nevada. Just to land in the valleys. You go over a mountain, there's a valley. You go over a mountain, there's a valley, right? And this dude knew the odds are, you know what I'm saying, we had a 50-50 chance of making it. And he took advantage of that, right? And knowing full well, you know what I'm saying? He did it all just on the pure, simple idea of his own entertainment. He wanted to see if we could do it, right? I mean, we'd already been 4,000 miles, you know what I'm saying, on our own without this dude. You know what I'm saying? So, but he thought in his mind, the idea more, he thought in his mind, you know, saying, yeah, I'm going to get these two clowns to do whatever the fuck I want. I don't believe them out to the desert, and they're going to get stranded, and they're going to have to quit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about quitting for us. It was about doing something for us inside. There was no quit. You know what I'm saying? My mantra along the road when there was nothing, it didn't matter where we were, Oregon, California, Nevada, it didn't matter, Arizona, right? My mantra was another mile in the road. Every time I pass a milepost mark, it'd be like, yeah. But see, I got another one. I wasn't doing it for this entertainment. I wasn't doing it for your entertainment. I was doing it for myself. Right? And then in his own weird, wacky, crazy way, so was, Anonymous. Don't you die, me motherfucker. Damn it! Looks like we got a break out there, right? The venture pack. See what we got. Aha! Circle K. That's the way my grandpa did his pipe too. Anyway, so this is a fact. From Fallon to Austin, there's only 3 things. There's Middlegate Station, which is, like a third of the way, right? Okay. And then there's this little tiny gas station, truck stop kind of a place. You know what I'm saying? Right? And then there's the turn out to go to the Ichthyosaurus National Park dinosaur skeleton bone things. Right? And there's a little place right there. Other than that, 194 miles of nothing. And you guys seen what I'm talking about when I say nothing. As far as you can see. Right? You know what I'm saying? We barely made it to Austin. Barely. And that's with the help of some people that we were stopped on the side of the road, and this man and this woman, right, that lived in the area around where they found us at. Right, they stopped and they hung out with us for a couple hours and they fed us and they filled up all of my water jugs and this and that, whatever. They didn't have any money, but they gave us whatever they could give us. Right? You know what I'm saying? And 2 hours of fellowship and companionship, you know what I'm saying? That remotivated us to make it because it was still like 65 miles to get to Austin and most of that was going up. Right? So when we got to Austin, right, where was Jude? Nowhere. Where was the money? Not in my bank account, because that's where all the money people were donating was getting dropped off at. It was into my bank account because, I have, right? Anyways, nothing. Called him, nothing. Right? Texted him, nothing. Anonymous hacked into the Wi-Fi, you know what I'm saying, over there by one of the stores. It's a little tiny park inside Austin, right? And we searched this dude high and low. Right? Up to this point, he had been a high visibility fucking so-and-so on the internet. He had 25,000 subscribers. He starts making all kinds of money, doing all kinds of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? This and that, whatever. Right? Poof, he was gone. The channel was deleted, the whole bit. And left us stranded. Right? And this is the dope part. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even probably get to see the video that I posted about him being a son of a bitch. Right? Probably because he didn't want to. You know but in my warped, twisted mind, I believe that he's got another channel that he's, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 more. Because once you get to party status, you're allowed to have as many as 10 channels. Right? Where do you think all this fake shit comes from? Right? But anyways, you know what I'm saying? He watched the aftermath, you know what I'm saying, for sheer entertainment value. I made these fools do this, and probably talk mad shit about us to his friends and anybody that he listened to about how he led these 2 idiots out to the fucking desert and left them there. Not calculating in the simple fact of the 2 idiots that he left stranded somewhere. Right? Still here. I know you're still watching. What? Understand? So, what's all this got to do with anything, Brian? Well, number one, it's freaking cold. Right? You know what I'm saying? And I had to go out there and hunt around in the back 40 to buy me a little firebox, something or another, so that I could build me a little wood stove, so I could have something to keep me warm in the shade. I'm working on my motorcycle. That's what it's got to do with this. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as quit. Right? My friend Joe Peroni, he made another video, 10 reasons why, 10 simple ways to ruin your life. There's a dude that don't take 10, bro, it takes 1. Right? And you could pick any one of those 10 choices plus another 1,000 plus another times 1,000 choices, you know what I'm saying, for you to go bad. I mean, it's just like homelessness. It's just like hunger. It's just like depravity. It's just like anything else. You make your own choice. Huh? My friend, I was reading, just before I started this video, I was reading on my feed, right? Because a lot of you know that one of my heroes is Marcus Aurelius from the King of the Stoics. Right? I live my life according to the Stoic nature, even though I'm pagan, you understand? But Stoicism stems from being, paganity. Anyways, right? There's no quit. If you're going to do something, you do it, right? If you fail, right? You understand? You know that's not the end. Failure is always an option in whatever endeavor you choose to let out on, right? You understand? The key to failure is this, is that failure is the lesson that you forgot, you understand, or that you never knew, or that you learned along the way but didn't pay any attention to, you know what I'm saying? That will get you through to the end. You know how many times I've redesigned this stupid fucking electrical pan and fender mount thing on my motorcycle since I made the videos, and I still ain't even posted the video yet. Because I'm not sure if it's right or not yet. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm building this motorcycle for me. You guys get to watch. You might think it's boring. You might think you're talking too much mad shit, old man. Or you might think this or you might think that. But you got to admit one thing to yourself. You know what I'm saying? That I'm doing it my way and I'm doing it the best of my ability. And it's turning out pretty damn good right now. Right? Because, right, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to quit no matter what. Right now, I'm thinking. Right now, I'm debating because you have to finish the fender. Am I going to cut the fender again? You know what I'm saying? Because all the welding is done, right? And so all I got to do is just, you know, weld the pan back on, bolt it together. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I haven't welded the pan on yet is because I still need to paint it. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make sure it's all right before I fucking weld it together and then grind it and then paint it because I got paint on the frame. So I'm gonna take the motor out now. Now it's really going to start to get interesting. But first, I got to finish the frame. Right? One thing at a time. There is no quit. All right? Now, am I rambling? I think I am. I think I lost the point of the subject here. Oh, yeah. The wood stove. Now, disclaimer. Right? It's not ever a very good idea to build an open fire inside of a structure, right? The odds of the structure burning to the ground, right, are, you know, 80% or higher. This is a fact, right? 18,000 people a year burn their house down on Thanksgiving Day because they threw a frozen 15-pound turkey into a giant bucket of boiling oil. Right? Okay, so now, my little idea for my little fire stove kind of a box thing is I found a couple of different pieces out there in the Llano, you understand, that fit together pretty well. They are both designed to be a firebox or to be used to build a fire in or to hold hot ashes. Right? I'm not just slamming together some shit. This, you know what I'm saying, is already proven, you know, fire retardant type material. Right? Secondly, you know what I'm saying? I'm placing it in the place in a part of the building, you know what I'm saying, where it's open, you know what I'm saying, where the smoke will ventilate itself naturally, you know what I'm saying, but yet I'll still enjoy the benefits of the heat because the implements are metal and they're going to radiate the heat from the fire and the coals. So, let's go get to it, boys. This is going to be a long ass video. And my lighter's dead, so I can't smoke no more weed. There we are. Now it's taking about 45 minutes or so to build a good coal base. Alright. And what it is it's a fire bucket. Right, with holes, you know, cutting in it equal distance around. It's got 3 legs on it. It's a fire bucket that I found. I put inside this old wood stove. I just added this pipe right here. You know what I'm saying? Makes it look good. Alright. Yeah, it's twisted up. But this thing was designed, you know, for fire. Right, so is this. Right, now all I got to do now, let's punt forward because it's, you know, it's fairly warm in here. I just keep feeding it every once in a while. Right, throw some, you know, throw a little bit of fuel in. Right here. And then help, you know, catch it on fire again. Look at that. Poof. As long as there's open flame. As long as there's open flame, just a little one. There's not going to be all that smoke. Look, there ain't no smoke in here. But we got us a little wood stove. Right? So I'm talking about. Just because it's cold outside doesn't mean I got to be cold in here. Right? You got to pay attention. You know, you just can't just light the fire and throw a bunch of logs on it, walk over to your motorcycle and start working. You'll burn the place down. Right? You gotta be mindful, you gotta pay attention every 15, 20 minutes or so, look over your shoulder, see what's going on. If the fire's getting low, throw another log on. You know what I'm saying? If it's doing okay, poke it a few times, let her go. Right? You have to be mindful of stuff like this when you're out working in the shop. Because if you don't, the insurance company's not gonna pay for something stupid. And this here is semi-stupid. This is me, Brian. Sam Warm in the shop this morning. Please like and subscribe to this video if you think it's worth sharing with somebody else. Thank you.